Take a deep breath, be present, slow down. How's everybody doing? How are you feeling? What are you thinking about right now? Make sure you have some water. Just clear your mind and be present with me. Let's let's see what we can accomplish together. Life can feel very heavy, you know? It's gonna feel overwhelming at times. It's gonna be too loud, it's gonna be overbearing. You're gonna feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. But it's inevitably gonna get better. You just gotta push through it. You know, Whenever I used to struggle a lot, I would always literally replay in my head, everything's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. And just by doing that, it convinced me that everything was gonna be okay, and I could inevitably calm down, and then really come back and realize, like, oh wow, the spiraling. That's insane. How I ended up here from this, and it didn't have to go that way. It's not a lesson on how to stop that. You're never gonna stop that. Life is gonna life, but there is ways to limit it and lower the intensity of it. Really having, discipline is having an identity so strong you don't have to negotiate with your feelings, right? So whenever you don't negotiate with your feelings and you're disciplined in your identity and you know who you want to be and you know why you want to be, it's very easy to stop those thoughts whenever they immediately come. If you have a thought that doesn't resonate or really feel like, hey, this is gonna make me feel good, this is kind of a random thought that I don't know why I'm having it, stop with, everything and just sit with it in the moment and really figure out why you thought that, where that came from. I'm exhausted. I've been exhausted the past couple of days, but we're still out here, still trying to spread the love, spread the messages. Hope you guys will feel that and see that and pass it on to somebody else. That's what we can do. As long as I make one person happy, I'm chilling. And I'm very happy by doing that. That makes me feel like this has a purpose, It's for me to kind of reflect and watch back and see if there's any patterns and like thoughts and how I talk, my gestures, my body movement. I really want to improve in communication. I want to improve with being seen. I'm cool with being in the middle of a room and everybody looking at me, right? But it's different on this scale. It's like I'm streaming to whatever the world population is, 8 billion. I'm streaming to 8 billion people. Whether 8 billion people watch that, that's up to y'all. That's up to the algorithm. But in my brain, there's 8 billion of you out there looking at me. Who knows? You could be watching this and it's 2035, 2036. Let's do 10 years. I forgot that we went on to the new year. New year, new me, right? But when you do have these feelings, I hope I've pulled you out of the negative thoughts at least a little bit and you're kind of focusing on what I'm saying. I know I have a very interesting flow with how I communicate and give information, but that's my unique touch. That's why you're here, and that's why we're going to create light together. I hope that you'll see what I'm doing and you'll be like, maybe that's for me too, or maybe just in your day-to-day life you can share it. Smile at people when you walk by them. Be friendly. If I go on a walk, which I try to get out into nature and walk every day, I wave at every single person I pass. I smile at every single person I pass because there's been times where I like to watch people, I like to study people, I like to learn. That's kind of my thing. But I'll be watching them and I can just tell. You can just really they're slouched, they're walking and they're and heads down. Then I walk and I'm like, hey, how are you? And I just flash a smile or I hit them with a piece. I hit everybody with a piece. And they just light up and it changes somebody's day. You never know what that one interaction can do, because then who are they going to go on to then approach in a better light, in a better mood, you know? It's so simple to just, once you learn how to identify the negatives and the weight of the world, you can start limiting it, not suppressing, don't suppress, but limit it by being aware and being conscious and being exactly who you want to be and the identity you want to be and pursuing your purpose. That's going to help you a lot. But it's, once you're there in the positivity, if you're surrounded by it, it's just, it's amplified. You know, you're just in such a state to where endless possibilities, and they feel possible too, you know. When you're in that negative space, though, seriously, it's, you got to tell your brain that everything's gonna be okay, no matter what your brain tells you. You don't have to listen to it. You know, inevitably things will change. The only constant in life is change. So just keep moving forward. When you have these thoughts that make you feel dark, you know, lost, make you feel unworthy, make you feel just not yourself, try your best to identify why you're having those thoughts. Because if you don't learn from them, they're going to keep repeating, and then that's where you'll spiral. And, you know, I don't want anybody to spiral. I know how tough that could be. I know how devastating it can feel. You know, one's experience, you can't ever take that away from them. You know, what somebody experiences and feels is their reality. And nobody can tell you that you're not experiencing or feeling what you're feeling, because it's just yours. You know, if anybody tries to tell you that, like, oh no, that didn't happen, or, you know, you shouldn't feel this way, or it's not that serious, or it's not that bad, you can let these people talk. Just don't take and attach what they're saying onto you. Don't embody that. You know, you can listen and be like, oh, cool. I mean, hey, for you, maybe that means nothing to you, but to me, that's the world. So let me process it the way I'm going to process it, and then move on. So surrounding yourself with positive people is going to help a lot. Oh, by the way, I did do the LEDs in the corner. I don't know how I feel about them. I know that they're kind of finicky on the video, so I'll probably mess with it a little bit. But I'm an LED guy at heart. Like, if you guys could see the apartment, I've got ambient lighting literally in every direction of me right now. Like, more Christmas lights that way. And I have my TV and my LEDs behind it. It's like an LED TV stand that I can adjust. And over here, I have like a Gobi strip light in the corner. Super dope. Literally the best thing ever. These are Gobi LEDs as well, so you can mess with it on the phone. Then I have like a wax burner that changes colors. Which is super dope, and it's like trees, like the pattern's all trees, it's like a forest. Same with mine. That's also forests. We try to bring the nature inside, since we can't be out there all the time. Laugh with yourself, have fun. Not everything's so serious, you know? And quit trying to be perfect, you know? I'm sitting there clearing my throat, freaking out right now, trying to sip on some water while recording my 5th YouTube video ever. And guess what? If you're still here, you're vibing. You don't care what I do. You're here for the energy. You're here for the momentum to get something done and to move into the future excited. Because that's all I'm ever going to do, is try to uplift and inspire you and give you ways to kind of navigate this existence that we're in together. Yeah, I want to connect with you guys, so comment. Tell me, like, where you're from. I just want to know where you're from. I want to see where this is going to send out. It's kind of like a test for me, you know? I want to see where YouTube shoots it off into the algorithm so that we can learn. I want this to be a community, you know? So if you feel like this is a place you want to be, and you can sense kind of the energy and the vibe that we're going for, just know that I am going to be here pretty much every day. I'm not going to say every day, because there's just days where I'm not doing it, brother. You know what I mean? You know, and I'm just going to be real with that. But most days, like, I am going to want to do this. This is really fun for me. I enjoy doing this, and I enjoy having the opportunity to be out there and to put myself out there for you guys to see, to interact with me. Hydrogen Water's done. Shout out, whatever this is. Um, but I want to talk about just like everything. You know, there's so many things and ideas that I have that I just want to connect with others on. So if you are kind of starting like this YouTube space too, or you want to get into it, and I'm brand new, you know, grow with me, learn with me, let's do this shit together. Um, like one thing that you can do whenever you start a YouTube channel is you can put in like donor links if you're not affiliated yet. Not affiliated, but if you're not a YouTube partner, you know, you don't have AdSense, you're not getting ad revenue. You can have some form of donations in like comments or in your bio or pinned comments. No pressure, don't do it like in a pressure way. But you know, if you're out there trying to create yourself a community and a channel and you also want to do it full time and you want to learn and build a business, because I mean, you might as well two birds with one stone. I think everybody should have a YouTube channel in 2026. Like, this is the year that we get stuff done, and people need a platform, and people are starting to, you know, you could probably agree with me 100%. This style of content is going to be more desired, more sought after, because it's unique, it's real, it's, you could tell I'm a real person, that I'm not just, you know, the same slop and garbage that you've been watching for the past X amount of years. It's now just getting, you know, amplified and made so much more often because of AI, which, dude, love AI. I'm AI 100%. Like, I mess around with like AI YouTube shorts and have channels like that too. But, and AI, literally everything. Like, if you don't, you have to use it. So don't think I'm being negative about it at all. I love AI. I just don't like that it's allowing people to have a bunch of like inauthentic content, ungenuine. It's just money grabs, you know, the get rich quick schemes and taking advantage of people. You know, I want to have a space where people can come and just know, like, hey, we're all doing this together. We're living life together. We're growing together. We're expanding together. Raising our consciousness together. That's it, dude. I think. See if there's anything else. Get out of your comfort zone. The comfort zone is where dreams die, okay? So if you're comfortable, get out of that. I've had a very comfortable life for the past 2 years. I'm Xing everything, you know, I'm literally, I'm trying a great reset right now. Again, I love resetting, because then it allows me to learn so much more. Like, start small, get out of your comfort zone. You know, if you say you get Starbucks every morning or your coffee shop at your place, and you always go through the drive-through, park, go inside, add an extra 10-15 minutes, just go inside, get a social interaction. You never know what that could lead to. You know, that's gonna be my thing for you guys. Just the one thing that you got to do for me, the only thing I want, is get out of your comfort zone. Do one thing that feels scary, challenging, but exciting. You know, it doesn't have to be what I just said, but it's a great example because I'm sure most of you do. You go to a gym, see if your gym has multiple access to different locations, and drive to a different location. See what the vibe is, see what the people are there. Like, quit living the same life, you know? It's circumstances equal opportunity. CEO. Circumstances equal opportunity. So if you're not changing your circumstances or opening your circumstances or broadening your circumstances and allowing life to happen for you and to you, you know, through you, you're just going to be stagnant. You're going to be stuck, which, trust me, there is periods of peace and stagnation that are meant to happen. And if you're there, I feel you. I'm there right now. You know, I have the new life in my head. My 3D hasn't quite caught up. You know what I mean? If you get it, you get it. But I hope this meant something to you. You learned something from it, or you got any entertainment out of it. You know, even if it's nothing but happiness and joy from giggles and laughs, and you found nothing else. To me, that's a win. It's a positive. You know, no hate, always love. Remember, the whole point is to be free. You're free to subscribe. Have a great life. Drink your water. We got this together.